Meditation is a state of presence. Meditation is the ability of being present with what is, no matter how it looks like. So, um, the other types of meditation that we go in altered states of awareness or visit other dimensions and realms and expand our consciousness, they already fall into the category of transcendental meditation, because we are transcending, right? We are broadening our awareness beyond what is in this physical reality. Normal meditation that I'm talking about, it's the art of mastering presence and acceptance. And how can we do this? We can do this in our daily lives. We can do this by fostering presence with being aware of our surroundings. We notice the sounds that we are hearing, what we are seeing, like the colors, the intensity, the textures, the world around us, right? We become aware of the world around us. So we become the observer, being in a state of observation with no judgment, with no assumptions, with not making any assessment, with not wanting to change it either, just being present, okay? And then we can turn inside and do this with ourselves. So we become both the observer and the observed. And when we have this, we have we have a masterpiece tool. So we become aware of how we feel. It's not about getting rid of the emotions. It's not about getting rid of the thoughts. It's about becoming aware what is inside the house. So when we listen a sound, we kind of, it's more like, what sound are my ears hearing? What, like, we feel the air that the nose is breathing, or the smell that the nose is sensing. We become the observer of what is happening in the body, in our senses, in our emotions. And this is a powerful tool for awareness and consciousness and releasing resistance. I have here a list that I will sometimes look to, because I didn't want to forget any of the things that I do. Like when we're talking in video, sometimes it's different, right? Being self-consciousness, self-conscious affect us. So one of the simplest things that we can do is count breaths. 1, 2. You don't, in this situation, it's not conscious breathing in the sense that when we do some types of yoga breathing or from the yogis or so on, it's not giving a direction to the breath. The breath is already happening. We just notice, and then we count, and that brings us immediately to our body, immediately presence. As it is, it is. Maybe we can notice, okay, it's accelerated, it is shallowed, it is, okay, again, the observer, not judging. If by becoming aware and paying attention to how you feel or how you breathe or how you are moving, that changes, that's different. But your intention, your job, I will call it this way, is to become aware of it. Okay. Another thing that I do is with chores. Simple things, for example, like washing the dishes, or if you put them in the dishwasher. It's noticing the water touching the hand, seeing the movements, like if I'm washing, like seeing the movements on my hand, paying attention to how I'm moving, how does it feel, like rinsing with water, putting where I have to put it, I'm presence with what is in the moment. Another thing is, for example, showering. When you are showering, you can feel the water in your head and let it feel how it feels. You observe how it feels. I close my eyes because I always close my eyes. The temperature and the going down, the movement that you do for washing, cleaning your body. The smell of the shampoo that you wear, the how it feels like your fingers when you are washing your hair. So you in these examples that I'm giving, you transform your awareness in a sensorial experience. You are connecting with your senses and being present with what is through your senses, what you are experiencing, what you are living. Same goes with eating. When you are eating, first notice, am I hungry? Am I too hungry? I'm normal hungry? Am I eating out of this can bring some awareness, out of habit, or because I'm anxious? Or, how does it food feel like when I take a bite, when I chew, like in the body? What are the flavors? What are the textures? Rather than go with mechanical eating. No, I have to eat, and then you just take bites, chew, and maybe don't even chew long enough, just swallow as it is. So all these exercises of things that we have in our daily routine, brushing the teeth, changing the hand, you brush the teeth and see how the movement goes. This is also, it's not included in the video, but I will say it, this also trains your brain, switching between the hemispheres, and gives you more creativity. So if you change to the right hand when you are doing, or to the other opposite, the right or the left hand, when you're doing something. Okay, close parenthesis. So, and you can leverage on situations in life to do this. Oh, I'm always in a rush. I have 3 kids. I can't. I have 2 jobs. I'm always tired. I fall asleep if I put myself like or in I fall asleep. Like, so leverage on situations in your life. We all of us need to wait in lines, right? You wait lines in supermarkets, in an elevator, in post office, I don't know, whatever you are. When you are in that place, you can enter this meditative state. As simple as I said, count your breaths, for example. Feeling what you are feeling, like, okay, the air here, it's colder than outside. Like, I'm breathing and I'm noticing the air, it's cold, and I feel, I have the sensation in my nose. Or like, how am I feeling now? Check with yourself, how am I feeling now? And you give that moment, that pause of presence. You can also do this breath that I call the tree breath. That is imagining that you are a tree and you have roots that goes to the soil, like the earth, and then up, like you have the tree core, and then up you have the branches. So the branches are leaves that are receiving light from source. So when you breathe this, you will do it consciously, because it's you are directing your breath to the belly. Okay, so when you breathe, you inhale from the roots, inflate the belly, and then when you exhale up, and the belly goes back to the spine. Then you take an inhale from up to the belly, and then from the belly down through your legs, through the roots, and you give it back to earth. And this is quite simple. You are there waiting, and you start breathing. You see, it's like, it's as simple as this. So for example, getting dressed, I also have this here, getting dressed. Notice how this type of fabric, for example, feels different. This feels different than the one that I wore yesterday. How does it feel in my body? And when I wake up today, do I feel colder? Do I feel rested? Always check in with yourself. How am I feeling today? How is my body feeling today? Always connecting with you, and connecting with your surroundings. And again, in a way that you become the observer. You don't become the critic. You don't become the change maker. You don't become the the fighter or the resistor. You are the observer. You are observing how things are, how feelings are, how things work, how the body moves, how the senses capture the signals. I even do this sometimes, that you can play with. It's like you are in a place and it's like, what is the loudest sound I can hear right now? Yeah. And then after that I go, what is the lowest sound I can detect right now? So you can play, you can be creative, use your senses, you see? What colors am I seeing? Like right now, just this peripheral view, I'm not focusing on anything. You see, it's not like I will look at this that I already know that it's pink. No. Right now, just this peripheral view, what colors I can see. I can see red, I can see white, I can see green, you know, in my environment. I know you can't, but I can. So instead of I go towards, I let the input that my senses are receiving to come. So it's like I observe my eyes watching, I observe my ears listening, I observe my nose smelling, I observe my uh, taste papils in English, you know, tasting, you know. So I think I got my point here. You already understood. So the next one is like outside. I always notice how the sky is. I know it's so simple, but for many years I didn't do it. How is the sky today or tonight? That has the stars or not? It's clouded or not? It's has it birds flying? Do I see airplane trails or not? So just notice how the sky is, and notice, more than notice how the sky is, notice how you feel when you are observing, when you are notice how the sky is. So you observe yourself again. You are always the observer and you observed. And if you can practice and master in the art of observing yourself while you are observing your surroundings at the same time, this takes practice, okay, but at the same time you can be present, like, oh, I cannot tell you what this can do for you. Like mastering your mental and emotional state will give you the resilience that you need to navigate life. Like you become the eye of the storm in the most complicated stages and challenges in your life. You become grounded. This helps you to ground. This starts gradually to develop a state of peace that you don't know where it comes from. Like all of a sudden you just feel at peace, and it's like, and you are present. And like I said, the sensation is I am the eye of the storm. Even if everything around you it's spinning and spinning, you are still. But I think that one that I want to forget, it's to find your heartbeat. I still remember when I was like, first time it's like heartbeat, but consciously feeling the heartbeat, not because I go like this or after running that it's too intense. I'm just telling it's like, where is my heartbeat? And then you feel your heart beating. Also, you can apply this in lines, whatever you want. So I'm doing it right now because it feels good. So all of these techniques can be used in this way. And I need to say that probably there is a resistance, that it's already in a momentum. So you do this, the more you do it, the better it gets to you. Because also you start to feel the taste, you know, feels good. So you will want more, you know. But in the beginning, it's like, do you know the sensation when you, for example, change something in the kitchen? Now you don't place the plates here, you place it there. And for the first 3, 4, 5 times, you still open this cabinet door. And it's like, no, I put it there. I know I put it there. Then at some point you go about to open the door and you already don't open. Because you're, oh, okay, now it's there. Until at some point you just go to the new place, right? So this is what happens with deconstructing an habit and building a new one. It takes practice. It's like the brain needs to rewire itself to the new information, to the new habit, because we don't see this, but the information that we get, it gets, when we say it's automatic pilot, it's because it's already in us. Our brain already has the neural pathways. Our body already knows the movement. So even if you become aware, the body is still doing the movement. You're like, why? That is the disconnection. So when we practice and we become aware, you would not even go to the cabinet. It's like, okay, no, it's here, because you are aware, you are present, okay? So this is a process of transformation, and it is normal that you have fallbacks. And I also do. I do this like with intention, and I do this practice, but not like I have to, you know. I don't bring tension or obligation into the equation. Otherwise, this will work backwards, okay? So I think this is it. I checking my notes if I don't forget anything. I hope it helps. I hope you find this an easier way to connect with yourself and to meditate. That is not just this so stressful or conventional way of I need to get rid of my thoughts or sit like in yoga for 3-4 hours. That's it. Much love, Sarah.